No war has been more brutal or atrocious than the Second World War. The consequences of this war were great. It was the deadliest conflict in human history, with over 70 million casualties. At the center of this conflict was Germany, who, after being harshly dealt with in the Treaty of Versailles at the close of World War I, remained unstable. Adolf Hitler, leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or more commonly known as the Nazi Party, was quick to gain power through charisma, appeal to German nationalism, and most importantly, propaganda. He was appointed Chancellor in 1933 and quickly transformed the Weimar Republic into the Third Reich, a single-party dictatorship based on the totalitarian and autocratic ideals of National Socialism. Hitler and the Nazi Party's skillful use of propaganda actually is a form of deception. Specific selection of detail and falsified information make propaganda a form of lying by omission. Nazi propaganda was largely manipulative and was intended to deceive the public. It strongly persuaded public opinion to believe in the ideologies of Nazism. I am interested in exploring the idea that skillful implementation of propaganda was one of the reasons Nazi Germany was successful in the invasion of other countries. The Nazis needed to convince people of their cause in order to gain support, both mentally and financially, to create a unified military and to justify their actions. Did adjusting their propaganda to target these needs help the Nazi Party by giving them the support to conquer other European nations? It is important to examine what Nazi propaganda did exactly. Hitler gave passionate speeches that spoke to German citizens. He began his rise to power and maintained this power by emphasizing a sense of German nationalism, which ended up bringing the German people together. With the public already riled up, Hitler was able to hammer home his Nazi and political ideology. He placed blame on the internal Jewish population and the external countries that implemented the Treaty of Versailles for Germany's domestic problems. Taking it further, Hitler convinced the public that other countries, or their external enemies, meant Germany harm.
Vielleicht wird mancher unter Ihnen sein, der es mir nicht verzeihen kann, dass ich die marxistischen Parteien vernichtete. Aber mein Freund, ich habe die anderen genauso vernichtet.
Operation Himmler, also known as the False Flag Project, was a piece of propaganda that created an appearance of Polish aggression toward Germany. The Nazis used this propaganda to justify Germany invading Poland. The public, now manipulated by propaganda into believing that other European nations meant their country harm, supported the government's decisions. Hitler's manipulative use of propaganda effectively coerced society into believing his harmful ideology. The support, both mentally and financially, that Hitler and the Nazi Party receive helped to determine whether propaganda helped make Germany more successful in war. The more the public believes in the cause, the more support they will give to their government. Soldiers will fight more fiercely and fervently when they fight for a cause they believe in. Citizens will offer financial support if they find an ideology worth investing their money in. A well-supported government is the key to military success. I have already researched and found some valuable sources to help establish some of these relationships. An important primary source is Adolf Hitler's own autobiography, Mein Kampf. It describes many of Hitler's political ideas while also going into depth about the political tool of propaganda. His points in propaganda depict his deep understanding of the psychological impact this technique can have on molding public opinion. Hitler writes, quote, "Propaganda must not investigate the truth objectively, and, insofar as it is favorable to the other side, present it accordingly to the theoretical rules of justice." End quote. Adolf Hitler, Mein Kampf. Other sources which help describe the particular devices of propaganda used by the Nazis are Julius Ehrman's academic essay, Propaganda Techniques Within Nazi Germany, and Stephen Luckert's and Susan Bach-Rock's book, State of Deception, The Power of Nazi Propaganda. On a slightly different note, John M. Meany's essay, Propaganda as Psychical Coercion, will elaborate on the psychological aspects of propaganda and how society is extremely vulnerable to this political tool. Many other primary sources, such as propaganda posters, can be used to explicitly illustrate how Nazi propaganda targeted public opinion and shaped their beliefs. Propaganda is an important topic to research because it has continued to be used even after the close of World War II. Even the United States government is guilty of negatively using this political tool, most notably in the interventions with Latin America. It is still used today, and although it is not always used in a negative way, it is important to remember and understand the powerful impact propaganda can have on public opinion. Understanding the relationship between propaganda and the ability of Nazi Germany to conquer most of Europe can help make people more aware of how a marketing tool may be used in deceptive and negative ways.